just as usual. Give me 1 second. We are just waiting for YouTube to set up. I think we are on. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Oak Cliff Performance Seminar. Today is September 10th. This performance seminar is for our Stage 2, Stage 3, and Stage 4 students. Today we have two performers. They seem excited and ready to share their music with all of us. Yes, you are ready. Matt, you're ready, I'm sure. All right, if you're not ready, try to be ready. All right, let's have our first performer, Andrew, and please announce your name and the piece you're going to play.
Okay, my name's Andrew, and I'm going to play Invention Number 1 C Major by Bach. Okay.
Ta-da! Round of applause to Mr. Andrew. Really nice first draft. Did you memorize it or like it's on the way?
Memorized.
You memorized it? Oh, great job. Okay, it's a tricky piece to memorize it. Like a lot of dialogue happen between both hands. I do want to talk about the details in the second half of class. Mostly is your length for 16 notes in the right hand and left hand. Sometimes they are not aligned. I feel like I talked about this in Kaizen with you before. Was that you?
Yeah, I think you have. It was my nerves.
Okay. And did you try to fix it?
Oh yeah, I fixed it, and it's, I don't know.
You fixed it.
Yeah, and then it fell my brain during performance.
Okay, we'll see in the second half of class. And something very nice is your articulation. I can hear that very clearly. And you are trying to take care of not just right hand, like maybe I think right hand is your dominant hand. But you are taking care of that in your left hand too, which is great. I also hear very nice dynamics. Some not always, but most of the time. Yeah. And then some tricky parts like this, that was very good. Like you were actually very steady and even when things are harder. And when things are easier, you're just like, wee. All right, we'll try to like make it better. We'll do some practice tools for that. Let's move on to Mr. Matt's piece. Please announce your name and the piece you're going to play.
Okay, so I'm Matthew. I'm going to be playing Pure Imagination.
Ta-da! round of applause to Mr. Matt. Why you seem like zombie? Like zombie-ish. You're fine. Okay, it's a very nice draft. Of course, you need to. I know this is for the performance, uh, very soon. So you have a couple more days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm actually happy that I remember last time when you tried to bring it back, it was a couple days ago. So you just try to bring it back a couple days ago, since a couple days ago, which is pretty good. Like you have a very nice shape. Like you have a your musicality is good. So you kind of make it like put it up, looks like a piece. Looks like a piece. It's kind of like when you rush to build something. I don't know, build a house, and then now we can see like at least the front side looks like a house. But to be able to to have people live in the house, you need to make sure the inside is good too. Okay, there are a lot of notes here and there. It's just a little bit um like I can tell that you're kind of like just faking it. But we just like sometimes I feel that way when I play jazz music. Don't say that to a jazz pianist. But it just sometimes sounds that way. Yeah. And to be honest, you can make some chords. I know the chords like there are some gigantic chords, like I don't know, 4 notes, five notes in total or something with both hands. Try to play it softer. Because otherwise you sound aggressive. And when things sound aggressive, and if you play wrong note, it will sound even more aggressive.
Bad.
Right? If you kind of like make it like blurry, and then it's kind of like okay, maybe he meant to play it that way. Like kind of like okay, that sound is kind of interesting, but not aggressive. This piece is not aggressive piece, right? You're not trying to scare anyone. This is
Fully.
pure imagination, not pure I don't know explosion. So try to like give the vibe. And you watch the movie. Andrew, did you watch that movie?
No,
Do you know what movie it is?
no.
Matt, you should talk about it. What's that movie about?
The chocolate factory thing?
Can you speak louder?
The chocolate factory thing?
You're like, what's that name of the movie? I think it's wait what? Chocolate?
You like a Willy Wonka or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Willy Wonka, thank you. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? The
Yeah,
old one though.
yeah, I've never watched it.
You should watch. It's a fun movie. Yeah. And talk about like things like his dreams and all that and how he tried his best too. And then it's a sweet movie too. I like sweets. So I'm getting hungry now. I need to move on. Let's move back to Andrew's piece first for the second half of class. All right. And I'm sure Matt was listening on top of being nervous. Can you give some comments for Andrew? Like, what do you think he did really well, and what do you think like he has some like room to improve as a pedagogical student?
Well, I guess it was overall fairly consistent until we got to like what the third measure or something where it was
You're like overall it's consistent until the third major, which is the particular
overall
piece.
consistent until like you have this random speed hike where like the speed like doubles for some reason. But like it settles like it's okay.
Okay, what? Okay, that's something to need to be improved. What about like something he did well?
Um, I guess overall the articulation is pretty good. Um, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Wait, why we have new people come in here? Let me see if this kid is like lost. Hey, Oliver. You know
Hi.
why you're here?
Is this a performance seminar?
Yes.
Oh,
Are you
sorry.
are you booked for 6 to 6:30? No, I don't think so though.
Oh no, sorry. I thought this was Kaizen.
See you later.
All right, bye.
Bye. It's kind of rare that you want to practice and then go to the performance part class. It's okay. So yes, I agree. I think most of the time is your right hand, just like you. I don't know, like these two bars is making me like giving me a heart attack. Like suddenly everything in the beginning is like da da dee, one E and two E and one E. It's very good. And then here is like, wait, I got a I don't know rocket or something. One E and a two E and a thing. Kind of like that. Can we try one time? That I know it's kind of tricky to count out loud, but can we do one time only right hand counting out loud from one to just the first four bars?
First four.
Yeah.
One E and a two E and a three E and a four E and a five. Oh, one E and a two E and a three E and a four E and a one E and a two E and a three E and a four E and a one E and a two E and a three E and a four E and a.
To me, that was 10 out of 10. That was a 10 out of 10 counting. Did you
Okay.
do how many times you do counting out loud for this part?
0. I use metronome.
Yeah, okay. You do metronome like one quarter note per beat.
I like using eighth note, but it's still kind of hard because like it's 16 notes. So
Yeah, because when you give the more space you give, the more like it has more possibility to be unstable. Okay, so right now because you're counting in 16 notes, everything sounds good, and you have the ability to count out loud and play in a very stable manner. You should do that. It doesn't need to be a lot of times because you are not like it's not like super unstable. It's just like suddenly you have like a weird spike there. So maybe just do like a 3 to 4 times, and you should be good.
okay.
Yeah, for hands separate and then hands together. Can we actually try hands together and see if that helps?
Alright, like with the counting or no?
Ideally with counting and both hands for the first four bars.
Okay. Uh, one E and a two E and a three E and a four E and a one E. Oh my god.
It's okay, keep going.
One E, one E and a two E and a three E and a four E and a one. Oh, I can't see. Okay. One E and a two E and a three E and a four E and a one E and a two E and a three E and a four E and a.
Okay, great. So the first two bars is very stable. The major 3 to 4 is also stable, but in a different speed.
Yeah.
So after that break, you suddenly like perform one E and a two E and a two, one E and a two E and a. It's less severe than the first time, like when you perform for like today, which is it's getting better. So to me, 1% better is still getting better. You just
Yeah.
need to keep doing that. Maybe another smarter way is you do counting out loud with metronome. Right?
Yeah.
Metronome is helping you to be stable, but counting out loud was helping you to make sure that you can also coordinate with your both hands as well. Because sometimes it's very easy to ignore the the metronome, right? It's like, okay, I'll let you click, and then I can catch up later, or I can, that when you count out loud, you are really like try to align with them, like in every single way. Okay, so that's something that you should do for, I would say, for the entire piece, but not try to do that for the entire piece at once. You will do sectional practice, right? Like the first four bars is a good section. The next four, something like that, and then keep going. Like this part is great. Um, for this part, have you thought about how you manage your dynamics between hands? You just like you will be always the same, or it's getting louder, or what? Because they are kind of like right hand say something and left hand is like answering, and right hand say something again, left hand say something. Have you thought about it?
I thought about adding dynamics, but I mean, I haven't really like focused on because I did backwards practicing. So I actually at the end I did more of the start than the end. So I didn't really focus on the end.
Wait a minute. That sounds a little bit. You say you do the backwards practice.
Yes,
If you do the backwards practice, do you do from like the end of first page or you do from the end of the second page?
end of the second page.
Oh, so you're saying like because you do the backwards practice, you actually end up with this part is less cared.
I mean, cause no, cause for like the first page, I had to spend more time, and then me and Dr. Loeb, we set a goal for like that.
Oh, you just started doing backwards practice like recent, like maybe yesterday.
No, I did it. I did it for the entire piece. Like I
Oh,
literally learned the piece backwards.
okay.
Yeah,
All right. So, well, if you do the backwards for entire piece, that's a good start. And then maybe you can start doing again like sessional practice. Okay, just one, two, three, four, these 4 bars.
yeah,
Something like focus in the middle, and then really put your standard up for the well. This I understand this is the first draft, but put your standard up like to like okay if my phrasing is good, articulation is also take care of, which you're already good at it, and then dynamics, something
yeah,
like that, and then you move on.
yeah,
So it's time for polishing basically.
yeah. Okay.
In general, it's a very successful first draft, and I'm happy that you already memorized it.
Yeah,
Something I'm a little bit concerned is I don't want you to memorize in like have a spike here.
yeah,
Yeah, you don't want to keep that as a habit because once you want something in your habit, then it will take even longer to fix it. Because you first of all you need to erase it, and then you need to rebuild the new habit, the new whatever the sound that is supposed to be.
yeah,
Yeah. So let's try to slowly make sure like practicing the right way. All
yeah,
right. So the main practice tool we talk about is counting out loud today. I
yeah.
do want you to do tapping as well. So counting out loud, tapping plus metronome.
Okay.
That's your prescription. All right, let's move on to Mr. Matt. Okay, now it's Andrew's turn. Like, how do you, do you have any comment for Matt about his performance?
I'll be honest, I didn't really know what's going on because I mean I've never done jazz and it sounds kind of weird, but I mean I think I think it was pretty good. There's the like the timing and all that stuff was pretty good. Um, I think like yeah, I don't know. I
Okay,
because
it's good. It's good. It's a I can I think what you mean is like the rubato he's taking. Like sometimes like, he didn't really do like 1, 2, 3, 4. He actually do some like stretch here for attention or something like build up for the climax. I think you mean that.
yeah,
And it sounds confusing, I think, because the music style is a little bit different than maybe than the pieces you have been working on.
yeah,
Mainly we work on, including me. Mainly I worked on like classical pieces in my entire life. Yeah, literally until I don't think I ever tried any like blues or jazz pieces, which I don't think that's a good thing though. I think that's a mistake. Like I never tried that until late, until pretty late, until when I was like I don't know 25 or something. Okay, now you know now you know my age. Even you're like older than 25. Yeah, so it's like I wish I explore like some jazz music beforehand. Because when I still remember that my first experience it was with Kapustin. Matt also played Kapustin before, not the same piece though. I played a variation, and I had a really hard time. Like, what is this chord? This chord, it sounds so weird. And I know it's like jazzy, but it's like it's very hard to tell if you are playing it correctly or not. It's probably how you feel, Matt. Can you share a little bit your thoughts when you either learn about this piece, or when you learn the piece, or when you pick up this piece? Like, what's the most frustrating thing, or something more challenging? So, in case, well, I'm sure like Andrew will have chance in the future to play jazzy pieces, right?
I guess the most frustrating part about this is like the fact that like I I know that I should be able I how to technically do this, but since I'm so out of practice of doing this because of I last time I played this was like I think like 2 or something months ago or something. That I it's kind of requires actual effort to pick this up. So
Yeah, I agree. Because it's not something you can. It's very hard to predict. That's how I feel. Like for when you play like a typical classical music, if it is like by Mozart or by Beethoven, or I don't know, like it's easy to like you can like if you don't really know the piece, you kind of still know what's the next chord, right? It's like from dominant you will go to like dominant chord and then go to tonic. In jazz they also have that, but you just have all the like suspension, like all the suspension, or okay, it's dominant but it's a dominant added nine or something, like some random like added notes here and there. So it kind of require actually more to me. I don't know for anyone else, but to me it requires me to have more physical memories, and also need to like you need to also train your ears. You need to listen to the actual chord and then try to memorize it too. So when you play something wrong, you can tell immediately, which I'm not so sure if you can do that in 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Okay, so
I'm
probably the better way is try to do a lot of repetition. Right hand only, left hand only, right hand only with tapping, left hand only with tapping. I think your first page is actually fine. I do wish when you do like, where is that? This magical rolling chord, you're playing it super loud. Can you please see properly like a professional pianist? Thank you. And maybe even like a maybe soft pedal. I don't know. I will keep the lower notes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The lower six notes like super soft, and then the D is a little bit like shiny. Yeah, I hear a difference. Write it down, please. It's kind of like I don't know. It sounds like a star or like sparkling stuff, like pew. And after that, and take some time here, right? Enjoy that moment. Enjoy that finally less complicated chord, and then you can continue the melody. Yeah, and then for the middle part, I guess I know you're trying to still get the notes, and then um I hear some nice articulation, like staccato, and also like accents. I like that. Here that part, you got the rhythm correctly though. You got it, and it does sound cleaner, but I think you got nervous because that's a spot we were. I remember I worked with you in Kaizen for a long time.
yeah.
Haha. Yeah, try to bring out at least a top note. So the melody, like we know what it is, instead of like a bunch of like wah wah wah. Yeah, so just bring out a top note. Your right hand can help too. Oh, sorry, left hand can help as well. Yeah, maybe left hand bring out a bass note and right hand bring out a top note. And then this part is kind of just need a lot of you probably need metronome for that.
Yeah, I was like,
It's very hard to feel your sense of pulse starting from I don't even know 42. Yeah, it just sounds like a lot of like yeah, you're gonna practice in Kaizen. Yeah, so like the rest of it until like the end. All right. Well, thank you for working with me and sharing your music with everyone else today. It was very nice to work with you guys too. I will see you next time.
Uh,